In this episode, we're going to be dealing with the final round of competition between our grading groups. This happens after the 3 days of intense grading and conversation and debate. And over the 11 years now that I've taught the class, the approach has changed with changes of instructors, etc. We started out being a little sort of rigid. We called it, I called it the Marine drill instructor approach, where we basically threatened people to possibly not pass the class if they didn't score well in the finals. Of course, it was all a bluff, and everybody gets a certificate when they get through the process, but it inspired a little fear and a little trepidation about developing skills that would get them to score high on the test.
What we do with the class is we start off with the students working out individually, taking the test, and that is to really for them to gauge kind of what their skill levels are, and maybe not even if they're either over their head or they're pretty advanced about it. And then that's the first day. The next day we break them up into teams of 7, and this year because they had 21 students. And the idea on that is to them to work together as a team, because the whole foundation of third-party grading, which is the coins they're looking at, is what we call consensus grading.
And the consensus grading is a situation where everybody places their own grade on the coin. Each table has a finalizer, and that finalizer may override the grades, take an average of the grades. It just depends on the particular coin, but they come up with a final grade as a group. And that concept is basically mimicking what happens in the professional grading services in PCGS and NGC. It's grading by committee. It's not just one person's opinion. It's a series of opinions that bring it up.
And if you have one person look at a coin, they're probably going to be about a 70% accuracy on grading. Even the best graders in the world, 70-80%. But if you take 3 people or 4 people, and you have those all people look at the coin and then discuss it and come up with a grade, the accuracy level raises to about 95 to 98%. So it's kind of the foundation for our hobby now with third-party grading. So it gives them an understanding of how that process works. They also get to build camaraderie and have a team effort. They can also identify in the table who they trust the most. After a few days, it's like this guy is really, really good, and he'll be what we call our finalizer, who kind of will help guide them to the final decision. And as far as the competition, it kind of ends like, I think all people who take these classes, they want to pass, they want to also be the best. And I hear them I'll bring out a grade, and I was like, oh shoot, I missed it, and I knew it was right, and the other guy talked me out of it. And so it's kind of fun to see that a little bit. And we kind of end the 4 days of training with this competition. And it'll probably be nip and tuck, and it'll be kind of fun to see who wins the competition out of the 3 groups.
The best thing about the whole process is that we see the progress from the beginning to the end. It's amazing how a couple of days of 6 hours of grading coins and talking about coins and doing nothing but coins crystallizes the concept in people's minds about how coins are graded and what the industry standards are.
So I'm hoping the students, when you ask them individually, that they think after 4 days of doing this exercise, their grading skills have increased greatly. And anybody watching these videos will be able to experience the same thing.
The coin for this episode that I'm going to explore originality versus coins that have a little bit of cleaning on the coins. And that's a big difference in price on values. And I have 2 good examples of coins. These are 2 coins of the same coin that I bought in a collection. And one of the coins is fully original, and the other coin has cleaning on the coin. This is a Beckler gold dollar made around 1842 to 1850 in Georgia. This is a coin as a private territorial gold piece. It wasn't made by the U.S. government. It was made in Georgia or North Carolina, I believe. They make coins in both places, and it was privately made when there was a shortage of gold on the East Coast, actually in America in that time before the California gold rush. And you see on the back of it, the design there, Carolina Gold is what it says right there, 27 grams, 21 karat. And this coin, you look at it, we're trying to determine its surfaces and its originality. And remember, these two coins came from the exact collection, and they end up having two different grading results. So take a look at that and let's see what you think that might grade. I mentioned to my students when they took the class, this is one of the harder coins to grade because it doesn't have much design on it. It's just really the numerals. So it's just kind of what you're going to kind of grade it for by is the fields and the remaining surfaces. Kind of looking at that. Now we're going to look at the other coin. This is the exact same coin, same design, same manufacturer, same date, and we're going to try to look at it. Its surfaces there's a good view of it on the front. Now we're going to take a look at it on the back, and you see. Turn the light just right. See, this coin's somewhat more dull. Above the 2, you see some lines there. And you kind of see the difference, I hope. So you can put a little bit harsher. There you go, a little bit better look.
My name is Jimmy Halter. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm here at the ANA Summer Seminar in Colorado Springs. As far as the group dynamics go, I mean, we're getting really good at those mid-range mid-state grades. We're pretty much spot on those, and we get, I'd say, 90% of the designations right, the post-grade designations, like dimple or PL or CAM or full head or full bands or whatever. Those we're doing really well on.
Hi, I'm Will Harrison. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. I get the feeling that our group is, in general, a very competitive group. We've gotten to know each other a little better and know where our strengths and weaknesses are individually, and be able to work together a little better than on the first day.
My name is Frank Salwin. I'm from Sudbury, Massachusetts. I think our biggest strength is communication. We always talk through every single coin before we decide on finalizing it. We don't have very many disagreements, but when we do, we discuss them thoroughly and we make sure that everyone understands, our final decision.
Well, our group's going to win because we have the best finalizer, in my opinion. I'm not biased at all. My friend is extremely smart, and also we're the best there is. There's no doubt.
Yeah, our group is going to win because I think we have the strongest graders. We are almost always either on the grade exactly or within 1 point of every single coin. So I think we don't miss much.
We're going to win the competition. I think we've got a lot of strong graders on our side, and I definitely think we're going to dominate it.
All right, we're gonna start scoring. And what Ken's gonna do, he's gonna be the final finalizer. He could override even what the holder says. Group A, what did you call 36? 64. MS? So I'm only gonna put, if it's just a number up here, it's just gonna be MS. So 64, B, 5, C? 64. And
the final grade, 65.
65. Group B has a point. Okay? All right, number 37, Group A? 66 red. B? 66 red. And? 7 red. 7 red. And the winner is?
67 red.
All right, number 38.
65.
Okay, so we got two.
I can't call this a 6 because the luster's a little off and it's got second tone.
Number 44. Okay. 7 full band. 4 full band.
My grade, 4 full bands. This coin looks really, really nice. At a certain angle, it's got a huge white, light white across the whole face.
All right, getting down to the end here, 55.
63.
63. Ooh, okay. All right, last coin, 56.
65.
65 is your number?
Yeah, I think it's damaged. I think it's damaged, yeah.
Okay, so that's all, everybody's got that. Well, you've probably already added it up, but I'm going to add it up for you. We're going to go down the thing here. So A's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And last is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Winner. Okay. Well, he was pretty confident that his table was going to win. I heard him in the interview.
Well, we didn't win. We tied for second with 8 correct out of 21, which I was kind of disappointed about. But we were within a point in almost every single coin that we got wrong. So I feel like it was a great learning experience, and I was very happy to be a part of this group.
We lost, but it was close. It was close. We were really close on the ones, even the ones that we missed. It did feel like we were the outlier a little more often than not. But that on a few of them that worked out for us because most of our points were scored on ones that the other teams didn't get right.
Well, we won, so I would say we did as well as I thought we would do. Apart from about 2 coins, we were within 1 point. There were just 2 coins we didn't quite see what they had seen, but other than that, we pretty much agreed with all the grades that were given. And in general, I felt like our team was pretty much on the same page throughout the grading process.
I think it went really well. It was amazing. It was close. It was the final score was 8-8-10. The one group, I'm not surprised they won because they have a couple of sharp young gentlemen on their team that are actually professionals already buying and selling coins. So that little bit of extra experience helped them get them over the finish line. It is interesting to see when you see the scorecard. They still, get about half of them right. So it's as much as you learn in 4 days, there's still a lot more to learn. Consensus grading is really an important process that they learn how the whole grading system works in America and with third-party grading. So I think in previous years I've seen it's been pretty close to about the same. So I'm glad to see that it still works. On the way out today, most of the students said they had a really good time and enjoyed it, and a couple said they'd be back next year. Beginner 1 is kind of understanding just what grading is, and also how to tell circulated coins, like a coin that's really worn, a little bit less worn. Grading 2 starts getting into the mid-straight grades, and that's a little more advanced, like how to tell a 60, 62, 63 on the Sheldon scale. Our class is advanced grading, and it also says advanced grading and problem coins. So one of the big things in the coin business is there's a lot of coins out there that have problems on them, and they can appear to be beautiful. They may have been altered in some way, or there may be a scratch that they need to understand. So we really do focus a lot. I bring a lot of coins, and I actually save them up for this class. And that's why several people have told me they like the class, because I've got coins that makes them really think hard. And so regardless of what level you're at, you can even be a beginner 1, but you can start looking for problem coins. So this class has a lot of that in it, and I think that's a big takeaway of it. My inventory rotates constantly. I would say I bought 300 coins this week for the class, and I would say the chances are there'll be none of those same coins next year, and I'll have another 300. So they'll be challenged. I'll be saving coins up for it, and we'll make it so that it's very interesting, even for advanced collectors. And one thing I pride myself in is I like to have information that a beginner would find interesting, and also an advanced person would find interesting. And to have that to present for that both find that useful, I think is a real skill to do that.
Well, we've completed our competition, and it was a tight run for everybody, and we threw some difficult coins at them. But it looks like Group B edged out the other 2 groups by two coins correct over the other two that tied for last place. Congratulations to Team B. In the final episode, we're going to do a course summary, and we're going to take a look at the progress of one particular student that we followed from day one to the very last day and see what kind of progress was made for him.
So let's take a look at the grades on how these two coins graded, and then you can see how they came up with how you guessed. Remember, these coins are kind of hard to grade because they don't have much design on them. The first coin, this Beckler Gold Dollar, graded AU 58. And you can see what it is. It's Beckler, 27 grams, 21 carats, plain edge. Very original. And the photography, you can see there, they've got some golden color, really pretty for what it is, and quite attractive. The other example, I can remember, it came from the same collection, so they were just actually mishandled. This coin was graded by PCGS as genuine, cleaned AU details. So they're saying the coin is basically the same grade, except this coin has lines on it and cleaning on it that disqualifies it from what we call straight grading. And that makes the coin worth about half of what the other coin is, even though the coins are virtually identical. So I think that's interesting when you look at it. And turn it to the light, you just have to see, just to have that color, has nothing like the color of the other coin. The other coin has nice red, orange, and coppery colors. This coin has just kind of been stripped. Probably cleaned decades and decades ago, and it's muted down a little bit now, but it is a clean coin. So hopefully by seeing those coins kind of like side by side, you see the one coin with originality, you see the other coin that's been stripped out. So that kind of gives you a good example of a coin with the same exact coin of a rare coin with originality with its surfaces and with the clean surfaces. So I hope that was informative.